Hello people, welcome to the first XI. We have got a late night stream today. We have got a Q&A / preview for tomorrow and Monday's games. I am with two very special guests today. We've got Prime. How are you, Prime?
Yeah, I'm okay. Hi people. Looking forward to the game.
And we've got the Winter Surfer, Andrew.
Hello. Andrew? How are you doing, guys? I'm good. Hoping tomorrow just to see some Arsenal tears, even more so. But I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah.
Hope everyone else is well.
Good. Yeah. So should we talk about some games tomorrow before the comments come in? Because if you do want to drop a comment and ask something, we will change the topic to that. But for now, just before we wait for people to come in, let's do some questions. Let's go through the fixtures. So we got Southampton and Manchester United first. It's an interesting game because Southampton obviously lost quite a few of their players, but they've reinforced as well. Not to the best. Big up C1 London. Thank you for being here. If you want any questions answered, just ask us and we'll talk about that. This is a show for you guys to choose what we talk about, but before questions just come in, we'll talk about some of the games. As we were saying, United really want to put a title charge up this year. They signed Sancho, Varane. They've got Bruno, who's in brilliant form. Thank you, Vel, for being here. They've got really good attacking options. So I'm going to start with Prime. How do you think it'll be tomorrow? Do you think United will dominate, or do you think Southampton have a chance of pulling off an upset?
I think. Well, was it the last time Southampton and United played? Did they batter them? I think. Can't remember the score specifically, but I don't know. United they started the season. 9-0. They started the season brightly. Southampton themselves also. They lost, but against Everton. But I don't know. They might be missing Danny Ings, but I think that Armstrong guy is. I think Adam Armstrong. I think he's pretty good. Maybe be a bit. I don't think it'll be as easy for Man United because the way Leeds play, it's tailor-made for the bigger teams to batter them. Let's just be honest. I think 2-1, 3-1 Man United. United have goals in them right now, and Southampton can come up with a goal, but I just don't think they'll be able to keep them out.
Thank you, Ryan, for being here. But I completely agree with what you're saying. I think Southampton will go down this year, to be honest. I think United will, as Half Hope would say, lubricate them. I think it'll be. I see Bruno having another masterclass, to be honest. I think, as Southampton beat them 9-0. But Andrew, what do you think before we move on to some questions?
For selfish reasons, purely for fantasy points, I need Bruno to do this. I've captained. I'm not triple captain. I just captained him, and he's in my big up Ryan, and he's in my draft as well. So I need that to do that. But I think they will anyway. I think Southampton. I don't know where they get their goals from. So Danny Ings is not there, and Danny Ings already showed with his brilliant goal today just how important he was to them. I just don't see them scoring enough goals this season to stay up, and I think United will beat them. I'm just hoping Bruno gets me loads of fantasy points. Thank you very much.
Yeah. All right. So should we move on to the first question? Because we've got a few coming in. Guys, do you think Reece can get better at taking on his man with a target in the box? Will he become even more attacking than before? Andrew, I'm going to start with you on this one. What do you think?
I think he'll be more confident crossing in with Lukaku in there now. I don't know whether it makes him more attacking or not, but I think he'll have more confidence to be that because he'll know he'll have an actual target in there. I think he will. I still think you'll see. I think you'll see a bit more attacking. I wouldn't expect him to go full Trent Alexander-Arnold mode or something like that. There'll be a nice blend between defensive and attack, but I think we'll see more of him wanting to put the ball in the box now he's got a target in there. So hopefully.
Yeah. What about you, Prime? What do you think about Reece James?
What the question was, Gareth taking on his man.
Yeah.
But do they mean like beating the man 1v1?
Yeah, I think so.
And then putting I don't think James necessarily has to be able to do that. That's more of a trait for, I guess, a winger, and he's not that really. Like sort of like how David Beckham was. There's nothing wrong with beating a man with a cross, as opposed to having to kick and run past him, then with the ball in.
Yeah.
So long as you have half a yard or whatever, you can always beat a man with a cross. So I think it's not necessarily James' delivery that has to improve as such. It's the conversion rate of our forwards. Like I'm not worried about Lukaku. I'm worried about everyone else converting their chances as well. Because on the off chance Lukaku is having a bad game or he's not playing, we still need to win. You know. So yeah, I think because when you look at last season, he should have had probably at least 10 more assists. It's based on the fact that people couldn't finish.
Yep.
So yeah, James is going to be fine. His potential and trajectory, so long as he continues along that path, is amazing. So there's nothing wrong with that. He's the best fullback in my opinion. He's the best fullback in the country in terms of all-round fullback. So yeah, I think he's going to be fine.
Good question, Simon London. Thank you for that. We've got
again.
Who's
Thank you, Simon.
He's a Liverpool fan. What do you guys think of VVD's return to the team? I'm gonna start to answer this one actually. I think he's been good, but he's not, for me, dealt with anything which has made him almost be touted to the level that he was back in 2019. Like Van Dijk would bully top players back then. So I'm just gonna wait a little bit. But he's been very good. He has been very good. But what I'm gonna say is that I want to see him duel with top attackers again, like he did back in 2019 and even 2020 before he got injured. I want to see him. I want to see how he can fare against them. But yeah, I think he's been good. That's what I'd say. But so of you, Andrew, what do you think?
Yeah, Van Dijk as a return, I think couldn't have asked for a more probably easier return. First two league games, Norwich easy, Burnley. You know, actually, let's give props to Burnley. They did have a few chances against them. It's not as if Liverpool completely shut them out. I know Liverpool had load more chances than Burnley, but you know, Burnley had a few chances. I think all in all, it's been a good return. But Liverpool fans, you want him. Of course, you want him to go in and be great first straight away. I just don't think that happens. He's got to get used to this type of physicality. Training and practice matches won't ever match quality. So yeah, it's been a good return. I wouldn't say it's outstanding or world class or best defender in the Premier League. World nonsense that Liverpool fans like to do, but it's been a good return. You know, hopefully he stays fit. Whether he carries on the form or not, I hope he doesn't, but I hope he stays fit at least.
Yeah. What about you, Prime? What have you made of Van Dijk's return?
The minute Van Dijk got injured, I've been saying that he's not going to return back the same player. People can tell me all they want about how I understand. I get it. Your brain, your IQ never changes and all of that, which is true. But players that rely a lot on their pace, their physical presence, as opposed to more of their football brain, which is not me saying Van Dijk doesn't have one, but he relies more on his pace and physicality. He's going to be in for a culture shock when he's up against the best players in the world. Like Lukaku next week, that's going to be a test. When he has to play, Man United, and you have Rashford and Martial and Greenwood, Cavani running at you, that's a test. When he has to play Man City, that's a test. When he has to go in the Champions League against PSG, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, Dortmund, that's a test. So beating Burnley and Norwich and saying Van Dijk's back doesn't prove anything. Because again, like Will just said, Burnley had chances, and on a different night, Burnley take them. The game goes a different way. And also before Van Dijk got injured as well, he wasn't to the world class level everyone thinks he's at. Like I don't look at Van Dijk as untouchable. Like, I've seen him get beaten before. I just think of him as a very good centre back that had a purple patch for a year, and now that he got injured, we don't know how long that purple patch would have lasted and turned into actual class.
Mm-hmm.
That injury is going to have a knock on. People thinking he's going to be back. He's not going to be back the same. Like
I think obviously he'll have a big, even if he's not to the same level he was in 2019. I think him coming back does help a lot. Especially, I feel like Liverpool distribute the ball a lot better when he's there. I think some of the switches he does is unbelievable. Especially today, he actually opened up a massive bit of space, which then led to the pass, which then Trent.
All their four centre backs,
Mm.
Van Dijk, Matip, Joel Gomez, and Konate, now all have a history of being injury prone. Okay, so there's no doubt that sometime during the season, all of them will pick up niggles that will take them out for 2 or 3 games.
Yep.
It's just then, how do they cope? Because I don't think they have the best. I don't think they have the best squad. No matter what people say, I don't even think they have the best 11. I don't care what people say. They're very good players in the positions, but I think they're weak at defence because they're injury prone. I think they're weak in midfield because they haven't got enough quality. And they will need Mane and Salah to have outstanding seasons like they had in 18-19 and 19-20.
Exactly.
Yeah? And both of them go away. I know we lose Mendy, but both of them go away for at least
combinations
4 to 6 weeks probably. And we don't know if COVID restrictions will still be enforced. Will they have to isolate and stuff like that? So they will need all that. And like I said, I don't rate their midfield. I really don't.
They're gonna have to rely on Trent, Robertson, and Jota when
Robertson's out. Robertson's out. I know, but we know
he's back though. Yeah,
he's back. But that's what I mean. But if there's no, Jota might be good. He started off well, but it's just one of those things we just don't know, do we? You know what I mean? I'll have a better picture in November, December time. Probably after Christmas.
I think what Liverpool fans talk about their first 11 when everyone's fit being the best in the league, which maybe is right, but you can't play football based on your first 11 constantly because you can't play a whole season off your first 11. And if there's injuries, which it's shown by you guys having injury-prone players, like how are you going to cope with that? You can't have another season where you're using the excuse of our injuries is why we couldn't win the league or we couldn't challenge or we can't get top 4 or what league. Like that's not Klopp is meant to be a world-class manager.
Yeah,
it's up to him to figure out a way to get through it. And I'm not even saying win the league, but figure out a way to get through your injuries.
Let me just answer Velvet's chance. Sorry, recurring injuries, maybe not for Van Dijk because this is really only big injuries, but the other 3, Konate, Matip, and Joel Gomez do have recurring injuries. That's happened before.
Yep.
So maybe not Van Dijk, but if he starts getting, like, I'm not saying like we'll get another ACL, but one of those niggling ones or something like that. Because I don't care how they'll say, we've got the ACL, we got it back to 100%. It's never really 100%. It just isn't. Once you get a badly injured knee, it's never 100%. It just isn't. It never is. And once something is injured, it's never 100% again.
And plus, Van Dijk came back quite quick, didn't he?
He did come back, but credit to him, he didn't go force his way and try and get into the Euros like some players would have.
No, I know, but and again, I'm not a Liverpool fan, so I don't know. I'm not in tune all the time with his whole recovery process. But it seemed like last season he was back in training by March, April. Maybe not fit to play, but he was back training, which I don't know. Maybe is that too quick?
Maybe.
I don't know.
I just think to me, even Konate, I know Vel's putting now he was rushed back, but he still had injuries, and and for the midfield, I do rate Fabinho, but I don't rate all of your midfielders. I think they're injury prone.
Yeah.
Henderson, I think Henderson is still bang average. I don't care what anyone says, and Thiago Alcantara average hasn't really done anything in the Premier League. So.
Yeah, they do need. I mean, for them, they need a midfielder, whether that's Sal or a player like that. They definitely need one. That's why I kind of hope that we sign Sal, just because it's
what they need, right? Because we saw last season with their injuries and Fabinho had to play centre back. And though Liverpool fans might think that's a good thing, him being that flexible, it means that you take away from what you had in midfield, being able to work so hard, which means Trent and Robertson or Tsimikas or whatever his name is can't bomb forward and attack and be as creative as they are, which I guess then exposes your defense, because if you're not pushing forward and attacking all the time, teams are going to be on your defense and you're going to be, exposed a lot more, if that makes sense. So you probably need a backup DM. You don't have that.
Yeah, they do need options, but
didn't replace Ronaldo either. Didn't replace Ronaldo.
Hey, hi, Indiana. How are you?
Oh, maybe he didn't want to come in.
Is Indiana here?
What's up, people? What's going on?
What's good?
Right, Indiana.
Thought I'd just check in, man. See what's going on.
Yeah. We've got a question from Velve saying, "Is Matip an underrated centre back?" And I didn't rate Matip, to be fair, but I've actually thought of his games where I've seen him at Liverpool, and I can only remember one bad game. And I'm not saying he's amazing. I'm not saying he's world class or anything. I know Ryan thinks differently. I think he's a good centre back, but it depends what you mean by underrated. If you're comparing it to what some of the fans might say, depending on who you ask, maybe he is, maybe he isn't. That's my answer. I think he's a good centre back. I think he's way better than Gomez. Don't get me wrong.
Do you know what I think it is, Will?
He's not better. He's not better than Gomez.
No, he is.
Hang on a minute. If we seen him at Leicester, we'd have a different view. I think the fact he's next to Van Dijk, it might make us think he's not very good. Personally, I think he's a very good centre back.
Yeah.
Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is, Indiana? He's not underrated. He's unreliable, fitness-wise.
Yeah.
Unreliable, and that's the problem. I think someone said 25 games in 2 years, 25 league games in 2 years, or something like that.
I think he's overrated and overhyped.
You think Pep's overrated?
Because no. Again,
and you think Fergie's overrated?
Yeah, but I say that to annoy you, and it works. No, but again, from what Liverpool fans say, which again is what Will said, it depends on how you're looking at things.
Right.
If you're looking at from what the fans say, yes, Matip is extremely overrated and overhyped because they call him world class, and you can't if you can't rely on someone's fitness. I don't know how highly you can rate him. However, when you just look at his game, yes, he is a good centre back.
Yeah, the only game I remember him having a bad game, and I know obviously Andrew put out that statistic, which is shocking from an injury standpoint. I think the only bad game I remember was 4-1 against Spurs at Wembley, but I swear he was next to... Who was he next to? He was next to... Was it Lovren? I think he was next to Lovren. So
problem with Velvishan's thing right there, right? That's great in the last 44 games, but because of his injuries and everything, that should say 144 games, not 44 games. You should be coming up with me and I'll be going, wow. But when you say 44 games, that's like over like 4 or 5 years or something like that.
Also, those 44 games, I'm assuming the vast majority of them are with Van Dijk. So how good is Matip when he has to play with Gomez?
Prime, that's unfair to say. That's like me saying.
It's not.
I don't know. I think it is. I think it's like saying you can have, I don't know, a creative midfielder. Let's say Bergkamp. I'd just say you've got Bergkamp, but then you've got Joe Linton up top.
Yeah.
But Joe Linton's like scoring loads of goals. You would turn around and say that he is being carried, and I get that. But there have been performances, but we know what Joe Linton's like on his own.
Yeah, no, but what you just said is it's unfair sometimes how people view Matip because he's playing with Van Dijk, and Van Dijk is this world-class centre-back. My point is, do we have
we've seen Matip without Van Dijk, and I still think he's a good defender.
Yeah, I know, but
whereas Joe Linton on his own, I wouldn't say was a good striker.
Yeah, but Indiana, that was my question that was my response to those 44 games. How many of them are without Van Dijk? Or what's Matip's percentage of wins or whatever, or I guess clean sheets or whatever you want to call it, without Van Dijk when he's playing with Gomez or with who else do they have? Clavan or something? When he's playing without Van Dijk,
to be fair though, Prime, I think that would be not maybe fair on Matip, but I can see where you're coming from. But you think Van Dijk's overrated?
No, but
No,
I can
but
see
again,
where
I think but in context, I never said Van Dijk is not a world class centre back. I've said he's overrated when people put him in context of being amongst the greatest centre backs to play the game.
I guess it's linked to because we're always being told how much Van Dijk transformed that Liverpool team in January 2018 onwards, like the impact he's had. So I can see where Prime's coming from. It's like, okay, so how much was it without Van Dijk? I really don't like doing that. Really, I mean, 44 games is fine. He was undefeated, fine, but that's 44 games over a span of 4 or 5 years. Do you know what I mean? I need, it's like because he's unreliable. He's not underrated. He's unreliable, like I said. Then it doesn't really mean much when he's only played 25 games in the past 2 years, league games. So that 44 game stat doesn't mean anything much to me.
I think
it was 44 games in the past. It was 44 games in the past 2 seasons. I go, whoa. Do you know? Do you know?
Yeah,
what I mean?
You could, there's more. You could see more. Like the thing, I don't think Matip is bad by any means. I think he's a good centre back. Yeah. Who, if he could stay fit, would be a very good centre back. That's what I said. Like, we would see more.
As well, I think he's like. Yeah, I mean, yeah. You're right. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. You know, we can't. You know, we have to put it into context of. That was like.
I don't think he's being carried though.
No, I
never said he was being carried.
No, I don't think he's being carried.
What's your point? What's your point to Van Dijk next to him then? Because that's the definition of being carried, right?
No, it was a response to what you were talking about, how it's unfair because what you're saying, Van Dijk is a world class centre back. You were saying if Matip was at not Leeds, if he was at Leicester, so I'm assuming that it's kind of like a response to, was it Maguire or something?
Hang on, wait.
If Matip was what?
I need to know whether this is true.
What?
Did you say that Van Dijk had a purple patch for a year?
I think he was at his, like, that whole thing of not being dribble pass and stuff like that for about a year. Yeah. Like when people were acting like he was untouchable, that was for about a year. Yeah, it was. So.
A purple patch.
Maybe purple patch is the wrong word, but yeah, I still stand by what I said.
Okay, Hossam's coming for you.
I don't really care, because he's gonna all he's gonna see is the little clip. He's not gonna listen to everything I said or context, so it doesn't matter.
Has anyone? What? The mix. There's mixed reviews about Matip in the chat. You've got Mustafa who's saying he's shit. You've got C1 London saying he's top 5 centre backs. You've got Ryan saying he's bring them up. You got mixed reviews, but we've got another question. So, okay, he says, Will, do you think Bruno is a tier below world class? I think so. The only world class midfielders are Thiago, Fabinho, Kante, KDB, and Pogba. I'm trying to think of my list of world class midfielders. I think Pogba, KDB, Kante, Fabinho definitely. I think Thiago is on his. I think talent wise is world class, but I think at Liverpool,
Fernandinho still getting there.
Yeah, I'd put Fernandinho in there as well. Actually,
what are you viewing? What are you viewing world class though? Because again, world class includes, I guess, consistency as well. Like if you're looking
top class,
go on, Prime. Sorry.
No, but again, because I don't know, if you're viewing off what's happened just in the past year, then Thiago, I'm assuming at Liverpool, he doesn't get in. He was terrible, and you could say that's injuries or a new league or whatever. But again, that's the case. But if you're talking about world class, if you're talking about world class, has to be, and also I wouldn't put Pogba in there in terms of consistency at Man United. But if people are just talking based off talent, then yes, Thiago gets in and Pogba gets in.
But I agree with you, Prime, based on talent as well. But C1 London, you put Prime. Sorry, were you not finished? Sorry.
No, I'm just saying I don't look at world class based purely off talent, because if that's the case, like for me, Balotelli and stuff like that, probably based off talent, is one of the best strikers I've seen and stuff. But like in terms of consistency,
Balotelli.
No, I think in terms of his talent as a striker.
But I mean,
again, random examples. Let me finish. My point is,
Yeah.
you can't like. People love the eye test too much, and they love just looking at someone's talent or a little flick or a trick that they do. You've got to match it with consistency. And I know Bruno maybe doesn't look great on the eye, similar to say Lukaku doesn't look great on the eye, but they're effective and they just get the job done. And at the end of the day, is that not what matters?
The thing I'd say though is it depends what your viewpoint on consistency is. For a player like Pogba, it's not all about goals and assists. Yes, he's got to be creative to a certain extent because he's a £90 million player. But you see the things he does, and I don't think he's as inconsistent as people say he is. I can't lie. I think it's actually blown out of proportion. I can name 16-17, I thought he was pretty good. 17-18, I thought he was good for the most part. 18-19, I think he was poor for the first bit, but I thought he sort of picked up towards the end under Ollie. Okay, 19-20, I thought he was injured a lot. He didn't play much at all until the end, and even then he wasn't at his best. And then you've got 2021, where I don't think he was great for the whole season. I agree with you. I think he had 3 months of really good form, and then he sort of tailed off. And obviously this year he's got 4 assists already in 1 game. So I don't know. It really depends.
Will, I think you're right.
But how is it?
I think he's consistent because he's consistent. What I mean by that is he's sort of like he turns up like 1 in 3 games or what have you, and that's how he's been at Man United. He was a bit like that at Juventus, to be honest. So he's consistent. He's going to turn up 1 in 3, and I mean really turn up, like run the show.
But why is that?
But I would say, but having the ability to do that would make you world class, right?
I mean,
yeah, but it's not just like again what you were saying. I don't think people blow out of proportion Pogba's inconsistency because what you've just named in the seasons are good. I'm not going to call a world-class player good.
Yeah, I agree with
and that's why I would say he, like, I don't know. I look at Pogba's got so much talent, and that's why I don't deny his talent, and I don't deny what he does at France. But I do see inconsistencies when he plays for Man United.
But when you look at the players at Manchester United, you have a lot of players that put up good numbers. You've got Bruno, who, apart from Salah, did he get more goals than Salah?
He's silly numbers, man. Silly numbers.
Yeah. It's incredible numbers, yeah. And I'd like to sign a Bruno, but if you're being honest, you can't go against the numbers he puts up. People can debate if he's good at this, good at that. He does a lot of work off the
That's
ball.
why his open season on Mason Mount, right? Okay.
He's also intelligent enough to work in a fluid attack. You saw that against Leeds. Rashford, I don't like him as a footballer. I don't like watching him. Numbers are good. Cavani, for his minutes, he does put up decent numbers. Greenwood puts up good numbers for the games that he played last season as well. Sancho in the Bundesliga has put up good numbers as well. Martial, very talented, but off it for last year. Off it before he had that great season as well. See, when you got all those players that put up these great numbers, for Pogba Prime, what do you mean by consistency? Because are you expecting him to get all the goals, get all the assists, or are you expecting him to help the team progress the ball or distribute the ball? What do you want from him? Because a central midfielder is not going to get the same amount of goals as a Bruno Fernandes, who plays almost as a second striker at times, or a Marcus Rashford, who's an inside forward.
But I don't expect Marcus. I don't expect Pogba to be getting the goals.
But
I know, like I don't expect him to be scoring week in, week out. I just expect him as a midfielder for his talent and ability to be able to, I guess, control and dominate games. I don't mean in terms of a physical. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, can you? Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought okay. I don't mean in terms of dominate games from a like a DM stance or whatever. I just mean in terms of I don't know how to describe it. Just in terms of I don't know. You know how he puts in like performances for France or sometimes for Man United where like he's dragging them through games and you can see clearly he is the standout player, or he might not get an assist or get a goal in the game, but he's the reason why they won. I can't necessarily describe it. Maybe it seems like I'm just waffling a bit, but like I can tell at times with Pogba that he's just he's just not doing anything necessarily to affect games. And then when he for France at the Euros against Switzerland, where, for example, I think he had a good game, but like he'll get a goal and everyone will get gassed and be like, "That's my midfielder," and then he'll do something stupid and give the ball away, and they'll concede, and then it will result in them like losing and stuff like that. It's just I don't know. There's still stupid little things I think.
What are you saying? Are you saying he's the French Steven Gerrard?
No. I don't rate Steven Gerrard that high. I don't rate Gerrard that highly. I rate Pogba highly. It's just I don't know. It's just I expect more, and maybe it's my metric of my metric in my opinion. Pogba just is not world class in terms of his consistency, but his ability is world class. On his day, when he's performing, he's one of the best or the best midfielder in the world. Like for me, he just doesn't do it consistently, which is always my problem or dilemma with him. And I guess that's the problem other people have with Pogba. Like, I don't want to bring this up, but for example, when like pundits criticize him or Souness criticizes him, I understand why they do it. It's not, people are going to say it's a racial thing. It's not, because someone of that talent, you just expect them to be on it. It's the same criticism people had of Hazard when he was at Chelsea. People would say at times he just looked like he was on it or he looked lazy or whatever. Fine, that's fair. It's fair to expect world-class performances from world-class players with that sort of world-class ability. It's not like, a bad thing. Or maybe you could say it's too much of a high expectation or it's unfair to have that sort of standard all the time. Fine, maybe. But that's the, I don't know, that's the thing that you have, whatever.
To be fair, I would slightly agree with that if Graham Souness wasn't saying outlandish things like, I expect £100 million man to get, he's not even 100 million to start with, he's 89. But he said, I expect £100 million man to get 4 assists in a game.
He didn't say that.
He did say that.
No, he literally didn't say that.
Gets the same energy, man.
But no,
I hope he gets the same energy.
The thing is,
£100 million goal today. Did you see that?
Well, the thing is, he literally didn't say that.
He did say that. Go and watch it.
I did say it.
Wait a minute. This is what he said. Yeah. He was asked, "Who was your star of the match?" He said Mason Greenwood. Michael Richards called him out and said, "What about Paul Pogba? He was amazing."
Yeah.
He says, "Oh, that's what I expect. 4 assists from a £100 million man." That's literally what he said.
He didn't say 4 assists. He said, "I expect that from £100 million."
What, 4 assists?
What? No. He said he was, because was it Michael Richards that said he was amazing? I expect amazing from. But so £100 million man. I expect.
So did Graham Souness not watch the game? Does he not know how many assists Paul Pogba got?
Hold on. I expect amazing. I expect world class from world class players. That's not a bad thing, is it?
But he said he wasn't man of the match. He got 4 assists. Bruno got a hat trick as well.
Okay, well, if he was focusing on Mason Greenwood because he's a young kid,
who did he actually give it to in the end? Sorry.
Greenwood. He said Greenwood was man of the match.
And
I do see an argument for that, though.
But again, that is his opinion. If he wanted to focus more on Greenwood,
it's the way he dismissed it, though. It's the way he dismissed it.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
I would, but again, I would dismiss it too.
Why? No, you wouldn't.
No, but
you can't dismiss it.
No, but hold on.
4 assists.
Hold on. I kind of would, because I forget the fact that it's necessarily 4 assists. I expect an amazing performance from a world-class player against Leeds.
They were amazing.
Sorry, you can't discredit a player.
Again, I know they were, and I'm not discrediting anything. My point is that I expect amazing performances. It's not making excuses. Like, it's what he's saying is not wrong.
Andrew, what are your thoughts? You've listened very well. I want to get.
I'll get back to the original question. Bruno, I think Bruno at the moment is the best goal scoring midfielder in the world. And for me, if he does another season by numbers, for me he's better than Yaya Toure in the Premier League, because Yaya Toure didn't do it consistently back-to-back seasons. He only did it for 2 seasons, and they were apart. The only thing, though, Bruno has to make sure that these numbers don't end up just being numbers, and they have to turn into silverware at some point.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. Because if he does back-to-back, and really could say 2.5 seasons, we're not approaching like Lampard's numbers, but we are in an area where Lampard did it for 8 seasons in a row. I'm not sure if Bruno will do that, but Bruno is showing consistency, and I'm more of an output man. Bruno's not the complete midfielder, and I think Man United fans even.
Yeah,
Bruno,
but Yaya Toure was.
He was, but I just
Yaya was honestly.
He was,
I don't think,
but he didn't do it consistently. That's the problem. He did it two seasons.
I'm going to say it right now. Yaya Toure is the best midfielder I've ever seen in his prime. Was the best midfielder I've ever seen in the Premier League.
Okay, but he
excited me.
He wasn't consistent.
Wow.
He wasn't consistent.
But Andrew's right.
He wasn't consistent at all. He was 2 seasons, 11, 12, and you can even say he wasn't really consistent in that season. He pulled them right at the end. He was more consistent in 13, 14. That was his best ever season in the Premier League.
Was that the season? Was that the season where
he literally ran games, man?
And he got.
Indiana agree. I think Bruno is more consistent than Yaya Toure.
Yeah,
I think Yaya Toure is a better player. I think Yaya Toure is obviously a better player. Yeah. He's obviously one of the best midfield players ever, right? But I like consistency, and he didn't do that. He took like the 12-13 team, just like the rest of the City team. They just took that season off, didn't they? They didn't repeat themselves or anything. And then
I'm just saying I'm taking prime Yaya Toure over.
No, that's fine. If you want to listen.
But I do hear what you're saying.
Overall, as a player, of course I'd take Yaya Toure. I'd be mad not to take Yaya Toure. Are you mad? I'm just thinking numbers-wise and consistent-wise. Bruno at the moment, he's not the best midfielder in the world, but he's the best goal-scoring midfielder. I mean, for you guys, he's almost like a striker. Really? He's almost like a striker. Almost. He's so dangerous. He's so dangerous. No one. He just, you know what I like about him? He just shoots. I just love that about him.
As a finisher as well, he's an incredible finisher.
What strikers? He just gets in the box. He just shoots. I love that about him. I just love that about him.
He's the best in terms of his attribute, which is scoring goals. So, like, why can you have a world class attribute and still not be world class?
Yes.
And is that because your other attributes aren't world class?
It really it depends. It depends how bad your other attributes are.
Okay.
Or if you're not as complete as other world-class midfielders. So, for example, with Wilfred Ndidi, as a ball winner, he is a world-class ball winner. His defensive numbers are monstrous, but I don't think he's as good on the ball as a Fabinho or a Kimmich or another. I don't think he's actually better than Jorginho. I'd rather have Jorginho than Ndidi as well. I'm not saying Jorginho's out and out world class, but you get what I mean, don't you?
So is it because of one attribute in Ndidi not being
not just one
ball winning? Okay, so does that mean Ndidi's not a world class midfielder then?
I don't think.
Or he's just a world class DM.
I think he's a world class ball winner, but I think his other aspects do need improving. If he can. It's difficult though, isn't it? I think he can be world class because I think he has slightly improved on some things in the last year. I think he is more comfortable on the ball than he was last year. I still don't think he's great on the ball by any chance. Yeah. But if he can improve on certain things, or he goes to a bigger club and is crucial in a team which wins big trophies, I think then you can put him in the categories of being of a Kimmich, even of a. I won't put Jorginho in that category yet, but you get what I mean.
But he's helped his team win an FA Cup, and maybe the Community Shield's not a trophy, but like he's helped.
But he's still got to improve. What I mean is he's got to improve and.
True. Okay.
Fair. That's what I mean. That's what cool. I think. There's a few other aspects he can improve on, and as C1 said, I give him time though because he's still 24. He's 24, isn't he? He can still improve.
Like the only reason I asked this is because. There are world-class midfielders that some attributes are average, but are they? But again, like you just said, depends on how bad or good I guess your other attributes are. So, for example, Kante's not amazing in terms of on the ball, like playing on the ball, but he's still a world-class midfielder, and I would assume, and I think that's probably Kante's only, I'd say, bad or average attribute. Because even though he's not a consistent goal scorer, he can pop up on occasion with goals.
Yeah. So I just say, So can I just say, listen, sorry. Anyone responding to what I said about Yaya Toure, I'm not saying he's not world class. He's world class, and I'd pick him in. I'd pick him in a team. Okay, I'd pick him in a team. You have to, if you actually go back and look, he wasn't consistent. Okay, in the Premier League, and that's just a fact. It's just a fact. He wasn't consistent in the league. Okay, just a fact. Just face it like that. But he was world class.
Sounds like LaBelle, but we move.
I'm one of the best midfielders in the Premier League ever.
Back to the point that you made about Kante, I sort of agree with the passing aspects. But even Kante, I know under Conte, he could dribble with the ball. He could dribble. I think because how he played under Sarri, I think Sarri actually made him a lot better driving with the ball. I think he's actually a good ball progressor. He might not be the best dribbler, if you get what I mean, in tight spaces, but he can be effective when progressing the ball.
I think he's a brilliant. Maybe a word too far, but I think he's a very good dribbler. But I mean, in terms of, I think the only average thing about Kante, again, is him playing on the ball. Like, that's why I didn't want, when Lampard played a 3, I hated that he had to sit deep.
Yeah.
There was no way for us to progress the ball. Like, Kante can pick the ball up and dribble and drive forward with it, but he's not going to sit and spray a 50-yard pass consistently.
And also you take a massive part out of Kante's game, and he's not the one highest pressing up the pitch. That's literally what he is. If you take that away from him, he can look. And okay, I don't get clipped or anything or taken out of context. When he's obviously under Conte, he had Matip, didn't he?
Matip,
Was that his best season, Matip, as well under Conte?
Our first season, I would say that was
for output. Season, I remember he was sneaky on the assist as well.
Yeah, so I would say and it's not Kante's fault. It's not Kante's fault. If he's put as the sitter and you take away that huge world-class part of his game, he's not the same Kante. You've got to play to his strengths, which is with every midfielder, every world-class midfielder, every luxury player deserves to be played to their strengths because they're of that category.
Would you say Kante's a luxury midfielder?
Yeah, definitely.
No, I think. Do you think he's a luxury midfielder?
I think, of course, Kante's a luxury midfielder. He's the best ball winner in the world.
Wait, hold on. So
what do you
luxury
what do you mean by the term luxury?
Players, then?
I think a luxury midfielder is a player that can, in one aspect, he's either the best in that, and you can use him to be the best in that role, or top 2 in that role. Someone that is elite in that position, proven on the top stage, in big games, consistently throughout the season. That's what I'd say Kante is. If you mean as in technically, I get what you mean.
I think in sporting terms, it's like, sorry, Brian, I think in sporting terms, sometimes luxury is meant maybe differently.
Sorry if my meaning is different. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, no, but like in terms of, I can't think, in terms of like maybe in a negative way, like they can, I can't think of the term. I always think it's more of a luxury when I say, he's a luxury.
I get what you mean.
Do you know what I mean? It's like.
Do you mean as in the sense that they have to be pandered to, if you get what I mean?
Yeah, sort of. Yeah, sort of like
okay.
We have to do this, or it has to be given. They have to go all the way through him, or something like that. Yeah,
he's a star player. Yeah,
because my thing of a luxury player is someone who you.
2 seconds, guys. Yeah, just carry on.
Someone who you've got to build the team around to I guess cater to their strengths, as well as cover up their weaknesses. Because I look at a luxury player that excels in one, or massively excels in one aspect or a few aspects, but their downside is that they're a weakness in others. So, for example, what Mesut Ozil, when he was at Real Madrid and for Germany in his peak, he's amazing on the ball, amazing vision, best number 10 and everything, but he doesn't do anything off the ball defensively. So you've got to build a team that will protect him defensively. Hazard, I guess the same. When he first came to Chelsea, he was poor defensively. You've got Trent at Liverpool. He's amazing going forward and assists and everything. But because especially he plays at right back, that midfield has to work so hard to be able to cover for him. Henderson has to pull out wide sometimes to cover for him defensively. I saw even in the assist he got today, it's still today technically, the assist he got today, Harvey Elliott was the one playing, I guess, right wing or right back, and Trent came into midfield, and that's how the goal came about. So I think it's someone who you have to cater so much to in order to protect them, so they can get the best out of them.
Like Neymar at PSG.
like Neymar at PSG.
Not a
Maybe,
Barcelona at PSG. I got
Yeah,
to put that right.
yeah,
Not
I
a
guess.
Barcelona at PSG.
And maybe you can have, I don't know, maybe you can have multiple luxury players in a team. But
Same
for
with
example,
Messi and Ronaldo.
So
we've seen with the Galacticos having so many luxury style players, it just necessarily didn't work. And we'll see with PSG this season. We'll have Messi, Neymar, and Mbappe work.
Would you say that maybe the term? Maybe I was wrong with a luxury player. Maybe would you say a luxury player is like a Thiago? Would you say like that? A player that you have to. I think you build a team.
No, I think it's like I think it's probably India. It's a bit like Ronaldo, and I think it's a bit like Messi the last like 5 years or so. Mm-hmm. It's like everything's not centered on the team; it's centered on them, what they want.
You want to release them, don't you?
Yeah, yeah. You want where it's like when I said like Neymar wasn't a luxury player at Barcelona, but he is at PSG.
Yeah.
Where it's like before Messi really wasn't a luxury player; he was the greatest player on the team. When he had like Xavi and Iniesta and all that around him, he wasn't the luxury player. But the last 5 years, I think he has been.
But I would still say even in that team, he was.
His outfits are good.
I would still say even in that you're talking about, for example, the Pep team. I would still say in that he was a luxury player because it was even everyone. I know everyone in that team was like phenomenal, but the team was so built in order to excel Messi, get the best
but that's different. Say if you're going to build around him, I would say when I mean luxury, it's like it is like Neymar at PSG.
Okay, yeah.
But they give everything towards Neymar, and it's still not. I think that's when I say Neymar was a luxury player, I mean that in a negative way. It's like that. It's all towards them, and I think Neymar is the ultimate at PSG, is the ultimate luxury player. Whereas like Messi, apart from the last 4 or 5 years or so, before that, I don't think he was a luxury player because the team was brilliantly built. It was built around him, but it was brilliantly built around him where he still put his outputs in, but he had others doing it as well. Suarez, Neymar, Iniesta, Xavi, Busquets, Rakitic, Dani Alves, Alba, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. It's different.
I don't think having a luxury player is a bad thing. I think it's a great.
It's the way you use them. It's the way
exactly. To be fair, I think Pogba is a luxury player, and Man United haven't built around him properly.
Yeah, facts.
And maybe that I guess goes against my thing of him being inconsistent, maybe. But
that's the same with
again,
us.
It's fair. He hasn't like Hazard. There were times we didn't build properly around him, and we suffered with that because I look at Liverpool. Their luxury players, I guess Trent, and they've built around it, and that excels Salah and I was going to say Anderson is Salah and Mane in terms of them getting goals and everything. City, I don't really think they have a luxury player per se. Maybe De Bruyne, but I think they're playing more in a systematic sort of thing that just functions. Again,
it's a bit like Villa when they had Jack Grealish.
A little bit.
I mean? A little bit. Look at now. I think they will be a better team without him.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? Whereas before, last season, they were the proverbial one-man team and he got injured because their
form went in the bin. I swear they had. Do you remember when they had like a crazy COVID? They had a COVID outbreak, and all the other teams around them dropped points. They had like 4 games in hand. I think they lost 3 of the 4. Grealish was injured.
And Grealish was injured and their form tanked.
Yeah, we've got a question from Velv who says, which is the next question. Where would you rank Fabinho as a midfielder and DM in the world? Also, rest in peace to Fabinho's father. I'm going to keep this short and simple. For midfielders, I'm not even going to answer midfielders because there's so many bloody good midfielders that I can't be bothered. But DMs, I think he's second. I say as a sitter, I'd say he's second, third at push, but second for me, behind Kimmich. That's what I'd say.
Right now?
Yeah, right now.
It's hard, isn't it? Busquets is losing his legs.
Yeah.
Is he better than
losing his legs?
But is he still better than Fernandinho?
I'd say he
No. We're talking about right now.
I think you have to say yes. You'd have to say yes right now.
Would you say right now Jorginho is better than Fabinho?
Yeah.
So maybe third.
Yeah.
Because if Jorginho wins Player of the Year, surely he's got to be If he wins UEFA Player of the
No,
Year,
I
and
can't
he's a
base on
Ballon
whether
d'Or-
he wins something, Will.
But of course, because if he wins UEFA Player of the Year, that surely means he's been the best performing player
in the past
Fabinho's
calendar year.
definitely
Anyway, yeah.
listen. Fabinho's definitely a better player in my opinion. I think
But you can be better than me, and I can still
in
have a
that
better season.
sitting DM role, like just the way he makes Liverpool tick. And I know what you're going to say about Chelsea with Jorginho, and you know I'm a huge fan of Jorginho.
Yeah.
But I think another season of Jorginho, then we can have the conversation. That's just where I feel with him. Like he could have had one outstanding season, which has made us put him on that level. But Fabinho, for me, he's been doing it consistently for a number of years now.
I'm gonna really.
Why...
Oh,
sorry, you got Andrew. Sorry.
So mine's short. I'm gonna cop out. I'm gonna say he's top 5 and then just leave it like that.
Yeah, fair.
Also, listen, people, make sure you smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Please do that. There's so many things coming on this channel right now. It's going to be
speaking
great.
of which, Indiana, I was waiting to drop this.
Turn your mic off.
No, no, don't do that. I'm talking about the people watching because we were having a conversation. I didn't want to drop it randomly, but yeah, 14 people watching on socials and stuff, which is great. Can everyone please, if you're watching and you're new, please subscribe. A lot of, like Indiana just said, a lot of cool things happening. Share on socials, on Twitter. We're on Facebook as well. Subscribe or follow us on Instagram tomorrow before Chelsea's game and after. Actually, we'll be doing an Instagram live. So tune in at 4:00 and after the game at 7, I think. Yeah, tune in. I'll go live with. I'll be live with a Chelsea fan and with an Arsenal fan. So tune in. Maybe it'll be Andrew. Who knows? I haven't asked anyone yet. So. Sorry, I put you on the spot. I'm joking.
Also, I'd just like to say, if you're watching on Twitch or wherever you are, please come to because I don't know if it's in the description for Twitch, but in the description on YouTube, jump into the Discord, people. Make sure you do that because there's loads of things coming. We've got loads of shows. I'll let it out now. We're about to start sub-channeling for each club. And everything we do on the channel is unique. We do something different, and that's the idea of it. Loads of people coming onto the channel, so it should be really good. I'm looking forward to it.
How do I do it? I'll send in the invite, actually, for the Discord.
Yeah,
do that.
Chat. Yeah.
How do I invite someone?
I think you click on your name, or you click. There's either 3 dots or 3 lines next to the name of the server.
I think it just says invite, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Just click on that, and it'll say that copy.
No,
Thing is,
did anyone?
That link will change after a week, I think.
Yeah, it changed after.
Yeah, I know, but I'm talking about in the comment section.
Oh. Did anyone see Gray's knee slide today?
No, I didn't.
Will, just look it up. Please look it up. Look up Gray's knee slide.
Do you think it'll be on YouTube?
It will definitely be. It'll be on Twitter. It'll be everywhere. I guarantee you. Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Who's Gray? Andrew Gray or Damari Gray?
For Leicester.
I'll put the link in the chat.
For the Discord.
Cheers, Andrew.
Yeah, for the Discord. Yeah.
Vel says, cool. I wouldn't say Jorginho's been better than Fab because he's been playing at centre back. However, he went back to midfield and won every game in the Premier League. I mean, that's fair. I do get that. But did Fabinho play in midfield? I'm not putting Fabinho down by sense because every midfielder has bad games, including Jorginho, Kimmich. You know, all the best players. Was Fabinho in the midfield that got done by Real Madrid? Because I know it was the centre back for them then.
I can't remember.
The first leg he wasn't because it was Phillips and Kabak.
I can't remember watching it.
I can find that, can I? Hold on, I'll look for it.
Yeah, also, Danny Ings' goal today, man.
Brilliant.
Oh my God.
How the hell have Spurs not signed Danny Ings and Vestergaard?
Yeah, it was a big miss.
Can I just say that is the best? Can I just say just for the announcement because it came out of nowhere, that's the best transfer. It's just out of nowhere.
They kept it under wraps.
Not even a rumour to Villa.
No links.
The rumour to Spurs.
Not even in the local papers.
No, not even nothing.
I think Vestergaard might be the dark
Great
horse for
signing.
signing of the season.
Brilliant
I
signing.
think
I
I think he's people are underrating Leicester. I think like they've got a pretty good squad.
yeah,
Think what
because
they've got. If you look at them, like
they just need to hope that Fofana can come back and they can get rid of that bum Sionchu.
You see, that's how you spend your money when you sell your big player. That's how you spend money. Yeah,
speaking of which,
money.
I can bring it up. So what we were talking about, the Fabinho play. Oh, you guys can't see it. Can you see it now? Yeah, the Fabinho play. In the first leg, he started in midfield with Keita and Wijnaldum.
Big season for Naby Keita this season, by the way.
Yeah.
No, it is a huge season without Genie in the squad.
Yeah, they had no replacement.
Do you think they'll sign Saul?
I think we'll sign.
No, because they won't pay his wages.
In the second leg, Fabinho played midfield with Milner and Wijnaldum. So he played both games.
They're all about renewing contracts at the moment. They're not going to pay Sounders the wages. I read he's near 300 grand euros a week. So.
Also, I've been told that Klopp would rather develop Oxlade-Chamberlain because he's loyal.
Fuck's sake. Fuck's sake.
He doesn't like a big squad. He wouldn't want money, Klopp.
Develop Oxlade-Chamberlain.
Do you know what was funny this week? That Ben Davies, who never played the game apart from in a friendly, got loaned out to. Who did he get loaned out to? It's a championship team. Ben Davies got loaned out.
He's
he was going to be the next big thing at Liverpool.
He's their version of Michael Hector, who we signed in 2015.
There's
never played.
But Ben Davies got a fucking announcement video. That's the fucking embarrassing thing. He got an announcement video and didn't play it.
Oh, do you know what? Tomorrow, I can't believe Ben White's not playing tomorrow, man.
I don't believe that story. I think he just got shook in the end. I think he got shook.
He's seen Lukaku.
He went. I went against Tony, who's smaller than Lukaku.
Tony and Canos.
Yeah, smaller than Lukaku.
Now I'm going against fucking Havertz and Lukaku. Yeah.
Also, what's mad is that Arsenal were sort of like based on their history. And one of their greatest players from their history did better against Brentford today than Arsenal did.
Yeah.
Big up Ben Davies, never letting a goal for Liverpool.
Make sure you're smashing the like, people. Subscribe if you're new. Please do that. Really appreciate it.
In terms of the English strikers, like. Well, obviously take away Kane. But
facts right there.
What do you mean?
It was established yesterday that Scholes was better than Gerrard. All hell the Ginger Ninja.
Oh, it's been established a long time ago.
It's been established by Marlon Harewood. Is that what you're saying?
But anyway, take out Harry Kane. Is the best English striker? Is it Vardy 100%, or does Danny Ings get a shout?
Ings, I'm taking Ings all day.
Wait, say that again. I missed that. My head for that.
Let me actually reword it then, because what I said didn't make sense. Who's better, Vardy or Ings?
Right, as of right now, Danny Ings, I'll take him any day.
As
a footballer,
a fully fit Danny Ings, not without any injuries. I would argue it would be Danny Ings.
Yeah,
but you have to take that into account.
Yeah,
you have to take it.
But
like if Jamie Vardy, Premier League winner, England player, like we can't take away what he did to win that Premier League.
Of course, but as of right now, I'm taking Danny Ings. In the past, Vardy, obviously. If you're talking about 2016 Vardy to the first half of 2020, I'm taking Vardy. But from midway through 2020 onwards to now, I'm taking Danny
Ings. You're talking to a guy who, I'm no shame in saying this, if we didn't get Lukaku, I would have loved to take Danny Ings.
I would have taken Danny Ings as well.
Because I just think he's such a natural finisher.
And he's hold on.
I mean, he's getting 20 plus goals for Southampton.
Wait, hold on, Minerals. So you would take Danny
Don't
Ings
call
and,
me that, by the way.
you take Danny Ings and Jack Grealish over
No.
Haaland.
Listen, I never said that. I
No.
never said that. Don't call me
Sorry.
yeah, that's an insult. All right?
I'm
That's an insult.
I'm
To
sorry.
be fair, do you
I'm
know
sorry.
what as well, Andrew? Do you know what another massive positive of Ings coming in would have been? We can just do that stupid wiggly-eyed gif to Kai every time he's moaning.
No, I thought I didn't listen. I rate both players, Jack Grealish and Ings, but Jack Grealish to get Jack Grealish in is an answer to a problem I don't think we have. Whether it's Ings is an answer. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Oi, respect the Nigerian striker, respect.
Oh man, I need to be. Oh man, yeah. But Ings is such a natural finisher. I would, I would have to take him now. He's gonna. I got him up there as a chance for the Golden Boot as well. Really
he's so good.
Really
His
good.
all-round game is so good.
He's in a better team as well.
Yeah, he's not just.
He's getting 20 plus goals with Southampton.
And he's not just if you
Do you know
look
what
at
I
some
mean?
of the goals he scored, obviously today's shows as well. I think there were some goals at Southampton where he took on a man and he absolutely pelted it bottom corner. And the one against Liverpool last year when he lobbed it at such a tight angle, he is just such
He's an
a talented
outstanding finisher, isn't he?
Yeah,
He is.
and his all-round
I
game
don't
is
care.
good.
Yeah, no, he has. He's a good footballer. I think the fact he went to Liverpool and flopped is that's probably what puts a mark against his name. Because I actually think if he went to a Man United, it would have been a bit different just because of the way Man United play football. But
I
like him.
I've got Villa as if they click as dark horses to finish above Arsenal.
Yeah, maybe
seventh at least.
Do you think with so what was it after they won the league? Arsenal wanted Vardy in that summer. Do you think if he had left and went to Arsenal, how would his career plan? Knowing that it's Arsenal and there's Arsenal tax, how would his
the same as Aubameyang's? The same as Aubameyang's.
But remember that deal was for Vardy, Kante, and Mahrez. If the urban legend is true,
how much
90 to 95 million pounds for the three of them. That's the rumor anyway.
But I got Vardy turned down Arsenal.
You can't just go and buy another team.
I'm just
it's like a bundle. It's like those Xbox One bundles. Yeah, with FIFA. It's like the fantasy draft. You can just I'll give you all of this.
That's like me saying Chelsea just won the Champions League, so I'd like to buy Jorginho,
Kante, Kovacic, a trio bundle. All of them.
Yeah, just go and buy them. You can't do that. Although Chelsea did try and do that. The winning midfield, Danny Drinkwater and Kante.
Oh wait, don't disrespect the Premier League winner. Gerrard could never.
No, don't disrespect double Premier League winner and Danny Drinkwater, by the way.
Dizzy.
Oh, yeah, the Man United one.
Dizzy, is that a real question? Is that a real question, Dizzy? Is that a real question?
Yeah, if you know Andrew, he's a Michael Essien fanboy. Loves him.
Yeah, but wait, Andrew, we know Mikel's player.
Essien for me.
Anyway.
Essien, man. I'll tell you.
Essien for me.
Mikel's clear of Essien, just so we know.
You shut your face, bro. You shut your face. Okay?
It's true.
You shut your face.
Essien had 2 good seasons and got injured. Let's be honest.
Shut up.
Oh my God.
Shut up.
Essien was quality, man.
You shut up, Prime. Okay. You shut up.
Mikel is underrated.
He's doing it.
Mikel is underrated.
Mikel had the
Let me
couple
ask. I need
nations.
to ask Dizzy a question. So Pepe or Shamak? I need to know.
Fucking hell.
Shamak is clear.
Rachel's here.
I'm sorry.
I rate Shamak for his weird hair. That's why I rate Shamak for his weird.
Oh, and the time
no.
and the time
That wasn't gel. That was glue.
And
I don't think he had any hair.
And the time where go on. Yeah.
Hold on. I know none of us here support Arsenal, so maybe Dizzy in the comments and things. Is Arshavin anywhere near being an Arsenal legend?
Surely not.
The reason why I asked is because I've seen some videos online when Arsenal fans crying about the state of the club right now and saying, what would legends think? And they name Ian Wright, Henry, Dixon, and they name Arshavin.
That is embarrassing.
I'm
not putting that comment on.
What is he a legend or something? Is it because he scored 4 goals against Liverpool? What is it?
Dirt. Dirty man overthrow.
Yeah, we have absolutely no control.
Oh, you said you wouldn't put it up.
Right, no, that wasn't me. That wasn't me. That must be. I reckon that was Rachel. You know,
That was Rachel. Yeah,
Rachel.
put that. Yeah, Rachel.
Yeah, that was Rachel, you dirty woman.
Dirty avocado. Dirty avocado. You dirty avocado. Filthy avocado. Filthy avocado.
That's got. I'm sorry, that's got to be clipped up.
Hold on, why is it you're always trying to clip me up?
Filthy.
You're either staring at my nipples or asking me one shirtless. Come on, bro.
Bloody Valve, honestly.
Oh my god, Vibes FC, fucking hell! What is this?
Serena do the job.
No, come on, let's not do this, man.
I prefer not to speak.
How does this shit always happen, man?
Filmashan, you always do this, man. Dirty
It's Val, Vibes, and Dizzy,
Dirty
man.
Val.
Like,
Dirty
we
Val.
have the worst. We have the worst combination in here,
Oh,
but I love it.
disgraceful.
Or is it the best combination?
No, it's the
Wait,
best. It's definitely
did
the
you
best.
guys
I
see
love
what?
it.
It's the perviest for sure. That's what it is. It's the perviest.
Did you guys see this one?
That's why the numbers never go
It's
up.
the-
man.
Oh,
You
for
keep
God.
them off.
All I'm gonna say.
Hey, hang on. What's doggy stike? I don't understand what doggy stike is. What's doggy stike?
I mean, to be fair,
Oh,
that's
it's, Andrew, it's
No,
a
stop this.
it's a new form of
Let's
celebration.
stop.
the duo of Velve and Vibes FC, and the most likely to be on a register. Let's just say that. We don't have to say which register.
I don't know the first album, but I go with Doggy Style because I do like Snoop. That was a good album.
Oh, Velve, man. Fuck's sake.
What the fuck? Reverse.
Football questions, please. Let's go back
Yeah.
to
It's a bit dead, but we can.
What are we talking about? Oh yeah.
What's that? Oh my
It's
god.
the indies.
Rachel. God's
Dirty
sake.
avocado. Dirty avocado.
You dirty woman.
Filthy
You
avocado.
dirty woman.
Filth avocado.
That's the
Filth.
devil in the avocado right there. And I'm not talking about Manchester United one.
It should be that filthy
Will,
avocado.
Will,
The filthy avocado.
You know what? Maybe we should just end this.
Oh, Indiana, you and Valve have so much in common.
Hold on. Five said reverse. Indie.
Whoa, wait! People better not read into that one.
Good lord. Oh man.
Rachel, stop drinking, man.
See, Rachel doesn't even have a profile picture, and that's when you know she's drinking.
Wait, have you been
Yeah,
drinking,
she's
Rachel? I
definitely-
thought you were.
Yes, she has. Definitely.
Oh,
Definitely.
few bottles. Oh wow.
A few bottles. Wow.
Few bottles. If Have Hope was with you, he would have collapsed through the table like he did on the. Actually,
Oh.
poor Have Hope.
Winter Surfer helicopter.
Stop it, man.
Oh my god, Val.
What? Were you 360 on the gal? Wow. God.
Valve, man, you've got Google. Do you know what I mean?
Velv, you're a very lonely guy, aren't you? You're very lonely.
He is.
What I'm
No,
gonna say
seriously.
is, quickly while we're at it, yeah. if
He's
you're
a
in
weeb. He likes
fantasy-
lollies.
If you're in
Wait, hold
fantasy
on.
Oh,
Rachel, why do you say?
So
Why do you have
any-
to say it like that?
here's the code.
He's a weeb.
all I'm gonna
That's
say
what he
is,
likes.
all I'm
No,
gonna
I didn't say no,
is-
not
hang on,
weebs.
wait a
You
second,
said-
wait a second.
That's the code for
Anybody,
fantasy football.
anybody who asks C1 London out on a date, don't expect too much. Is all I'm saying. Like,
Wait.
Are you speaking from experience? Or?
Oh,
You wouldn't reverse cowgirl with him.
Oh, Harry Kane's on Fortnite or in Fortnite. You know that.
he was in there for months. Yeah. Come on. Is there any more? Come on.
What am I? Have Hope's handler or something? You know
Have
he's
hair,
gonna
go
turn
on
up.
stream. Play to one club for disco.
Have hair. hair.
have you
He's
seen
Wait, hold
C1
on.
London?
Did you guys see this? Valve claps tangerines at Tesco's.
Good lord.
Fucking hell. I've heard it all.
You know what's funny?
Oh
All
my
these joints.
god.
It's all gone wrong. It's all gone wrong. It's all gone tits up.
Thanks a lot, Velvershan. I blame you.
You know what? I think. You know what?
I blame
think,
Rachel. Rachel, I
You know
blame
what? I
Rachel.
think-
Yeah, Rachel was
think-
the cause of this, man.
I think we just blame.
Why did he even start it?
She
I think-
spent months working on this channel, and she's probably
I
just
think
ended it.
we just blame. I think we just blame the host.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Will,
Yeah,
man.
A lot of people.
Have
Yeah,
some
Will.
control, Will.
Have some
Honestly,
control,
it's
Will,
disgraceful.
Disgrace, disgusting.
Rachel, all I'm
Disgusting.
going to say is control this bitch. There we are.
Oh, Jesus.
Gulag. Personally,
Oh.
I wouldn't. I wouldn't have that, Rachel. But we
She's got
moved.
VAR. She's off.
I've never
She
kicked
got-
anyone out before.
she got
She's
VAR.
actually gone. She's pretty gone.
She got VAR.
You kicked her out.
Not for good.
Oh, you didn't ban her.
She can
did
bring
you?
herself back in.
Oh, there we
anyway.
go. Oh, she has returned.
I nearly
Rachel-
ended the stream because it's different on my phone.
Here you go. Here's actually a good question. Here's a good question because Rachel loves midfielders
What happened?
Rachel, that's a
as well.
yellow
Winter
card,
Surfer,
right?
would Essien be better than Kante if he stayed fit?
Yes,
Yes,
100%.
he would. If he stayed fit. Sorry, if he hadn't had those injuries, he'd be considered one of the greatest midfielders of all time.
But that's not true because Mikel's better.
Shut up, all right? Shut up, you're Mikel. Shut up, man. You
Wait,
always
Andrew,
say
no,
do you
like,
think?
no, no,
wait, can I ask you a
Andrew,
serious question? Can I ask you a serious question? Do you think Essien would be better, known as a better midfielder than Lampard at Chelsea if he stayed fit?
no.
No, Lampard's always going to be based on his.
Lampard
Yeah,
is
I
the-
agree. I'm just asking.
Lampard's the
I
best
actually love
player.
Essien.
Lampard's the best player to ever play for the club.
Of course, 100%. Agree.
Until Bruno takes his
All
credit.
right. So all right. As okay.
Wait,
As
he hasn't
Chelsea
played what at
fans,
Chelsea.
No, just as a goal scorer.
as Chelsea fans, yeah, do we value Lampard highly, mainly
Yes.
due to his goal?
No,
Yes.
Let me finish.
Everything.
No, he was a
Let
good
me
player.
finish. Yeah,
Let him
hold
finish,
on,
he
hold on,
didn't
hold on.
finish.
Because you're trying to interrupt and answer a question.
Yeah.
Do we value Lampard highly? Is it? I know how good he was or great he was. My point is he valued highly mainly due to his goals? Because in my opinion, I don't think he's the greatest player to play for our club. I think he's in top 3, but I wouldn't put him as number 1.
Who are the two you put in
You
front
got
of?
Mikel first.
And
right?
do
You got
not
Mikel
say
first.
Kappa.
No, I put Drogba as number 1.
No.
No,
But
I'm not.
again, that's
Yeah.
but again, it's all due to personal preference.
You got like
I'm asking why is it Chelsea fans put Lampard as 1? Is it mainly?
I'd put
his
Zola
goals?
above Drogba.
Is it because
you
he scored a winning goal for the champion, our first Premier League win,
No.
or like what is it?
My thing for Lampard is that Lampard was, even when Drogba there, Lampard was the most consistent. He dropped the numbers.
know? Sorry, Val was cracking me up, mate.
I think I like Lampard because he improved himself. That's all, and just all around, I think he's the best. So whether that's for me.
I got a headache.
Leave Maya alone. Maya.
Good Lord.
Oh,
C1 London says Drogba's number 1, then Frank. Yeah,
Fine.
again, I like. It doesn't really matter. It's my preference, and everyone has a different preference. I'm only asking why is it Lampard number 1 for Chelsea?
I can't believe that Ashley Cole's not in there for you.
He is for me.
He's the best left back that I've seen.
Yeah.
After Dennis Irwin, I agree.
I didn't watch Dennis Irwin, but I understand why you put him there.
Yeah,
Nor
yeah,
did I
old-
really, but
yeah,
I'm still saying.
Yeah, old man. We didn't watch Dennis.
I didn't
Irwin.
know. I didn't really watch much of
Don't
Dennis
listen to
Irwin.
the old man, all right? Listen to the old
Yeah,
man.
straight up.
Yeah, listen to the old man. Yeah.
Andrew's
Respect
getting
and all that.
PTSD from from what Kai says to him on a daily
Also,
basis.
we've got Steve on the channel now, so I'm not the old guy.
That's why Indiana's
And-
Papa Indy.
and
not,
Danny.
Yeah,
Papa
Granddad
Indy.
Indy.
That's why Indiana brought him in, so he's not the oldest in the channel.
No, and Danny. Danny's older than me.
He's
Danny's
getting a
guru.
balance in his squad.
Yeah,
and
but-
experience in you.
but Danny has cool guy tats on his side.
Indiana's getting a balance in his squad.
Listen,
But you
Prime,
can
talking
experience.
with your reversible
All right.
video on and all that.
guys, can we do predictions for the games tomorrow/Monday before we wrap up? Yeah.
Did we not do that at the start of the video?
No, we didn't really. We didn't do score predictions. Just quick score predictions. Southampton United. I'm going to go with a 4-1 Man United win. Prime, what about you?
Aren't Spurs playing tomorrow?
Yeah.
Oh fuck! I left them out. Oh fuck! Who cares about Spurs?
It's okay. No one cares about Spurs.
They're not a big
It's
club.
fine.
Who cares?
No one cares about Spurs. Yeah.
I mean, nor Liverpool, but okay. I'm going 3-1.
Indiana, what about you?
Sorry, which game is this for?
United, Southampton.
Without Vestergaard and Ings, I've got to go for a United win. Really, definitely.
Score.
I'm going 4-1. United.
Andrew. Oh shit.
4-0 United. 4-0.
Rachel.
9-0 United.
And that's not even a drunk Rachel speaking. So,
We're gonna fucking
Arsenal,
lose this
Chelsea.
game,
I'm going to go for 2-1 Chelsea. Prime. What about you?
Chelsea fans are going to hate me. We're not winning this game. It's going to be 1-1.
It's written in the stars.
We're not winning this game. Why do you think on socials I haven't said much? I haven't talked smack about Arsenal in the last week.
You will after tomorrow if you win, though, won't you?
Yeah, well, yeah, obviously, but we're not going to win.
Indiana, what about you?
Arsenal will pick a result out of us and Man City.
So there's no Lacazette.
No Aubameyang.
No Aubameyang. No Ben White.
No Ben White. Yeah.
No Willian.
Yeah, all right. So they have to play Pepe.
Yeah.
Well, that's a Chelsea win then.
No, it's not.
Yeah, I think it'd be a tight game, but I still see a 2-0 Chelsea win. I think if Ben White, Aubameyang and Lacazette were there, then I'd feel a little bit different about it. So at least Lacazette can get you that goal, but Aubameyang can get you that goal. So 2-1.
Andrew, what about you?
Dominant 3-0.
Ooh. Rachel.
You
1-0
mean
Arsenal.
All right, fair enough.
Well,
We've got
share that, man.
Obviously, the biggest game of the weekend, Monday, West Ham Leicester. All right, so, well, I'm joking. Obviously, Arsenal. Well, Chelsea make the Arsenal game big anyway. Let's be real. No one cares about it otherwise. I think Leicester are going to lose. Actually, I think it'll be very close. I think it'll be a 3-2 West Ham win. Don't know why. I'm just saying. I think it'll be a 3-2 West Ham win. Prime.
Leicester against when they beat Wolves, I don't think they necessarily play that great.
Oh, monologue incoming.
What?
We need to get a like a clip which goes monologue alert and just.
I'll make one tomorrow.
I would have been finished by now, but you're all.
Prime's dropping a monologue.
Can I finish?
I've told him to turn his mic off.
Can I finish?
Sorry, Prime.
Okay, doesn't matter.
Okay, score then.
Can I talk? Or
You just said okay then. I thought.
No, because you guys are all laughing like fools. Anyway, my point is, West Ham concede. Okay.
All right, go on, Prime. Sorry, go on.
I mute.
Are you guys done? Okay, cool. My point is, West Ham concede goals in them, so I could see West Ham winning, but it'll be close, like 3-2 or 4-2, or 4-3, I should say. Sorry, 3-2 or 4-3.
Indiana, what about you? Just stop.
This is a really tough game.
I didn't kick her out.
This might be the best game of the weekend. I'm going for a score draw, 3-3.
Ooh. I would ask Rachel, but Prime kicked her out, so we'll go with Andrew. What do you say?
I think 2-2.
It wasn't me, Rachel.
Yeah,
it
that
wasn't
might
me.
be more
The old
sensible.
Desmond. The old Desmond.
Wait, Indiana, did you say 3-3?
Yeah, I might have jumped the gun a bit there. I got a bit excited
No,
about it.
mate, there's goals in this game. West Ham concede a lot. I think Suchek
Dizzy
has
makes
been
me
exposed.
laugh, man.
Andrew, open your door.
Man, like Primalog.
Rachel, that's not funny.
Fuck off, Prime.
It's not funny though.
What the hell, C1? Like,
Alright, C1, man. C1.
Do you know what, Andrew? Ever since he's seen you dance the other night, he's got a bit excited, you know? Got some admirers.
He
Andrew
wants,
stocks have risen. Andrew
he wants some of the
Something's definitely
winter.
risen during by
He
that.
wants some of the winter soldiers.
I think we got a lot of chubby chases after me now. That's it.
Andrew, he wants some of the winter soldiers. What he wants.
Okay. Oh, for God's sake!
All right, Rachel, what do you think about Leicester West Ham score prediction?
8-0 West Ham.
Okay. Then
Rachel's
we
future.
got Wolves Tottenham. Myself, I think it's going to be a 1-0 Tottenham win. Prime.
2-0 Wolves.
Indiana.
What was the game?
Wolves Tottenham.
Oh, that's a big game, you know. Spurs to win 2-0.
Andrew.
2-1 Spurs.
Rachel.
3-0 Spurs.
All right, and we're gonna.
I don't know what's happening.
Are we Prime? Did you want to do that combined 11?
No, I
wait,
brought
there's
it up.
more.
I
What?
brought
Combined
it up.
11 for what?
For all the
I brought-
teams playing tomorrow.
Can I
Oh.
speak? Can I speak? I brought it up because Indiana couldn't remember what we're doing.
No, I couldn't
Okay.
remember. I was just reading the comments, and these guys make me laugh, man.
Oh,
Big up everyone
right.
in the chat, man.
I think we've got to end it on this comment. Oh my!
What, that one?
No, the one above.
Oh, Vibes FC. Yeah.
Vibes, man.
Vibes, you're gonna get us done.
Vibes. You didn't come up with that comment, so that's not original. You didn't come up with that comment.
All right, guys, it's been a brilliant show. It really
Oh
has.
wait, that if anyone's seeing that, that's the code for the KH No Filter Fantasy Premier League.
Yeah.
If you want to join, the winner will get a football shirt of their choice from the club store. So
Wait, what's happening?
So that code, that password, that's a password for the KH No Filter Fantasy Premier League. So if you win that, you will get a shirt of your choice from the club store. If one of the panelists, it's ended. Oh, okay, sorry, I ended then. Sorry. If one of the panelists,
Wait,
win,
what just happened?
I don't know. If one of the panelists win, then and you come second to them, you will still get that. So
Yeah, because fuck Real Chris if he wins.
All right, cool.
Nice.
So, bye.
that's not a prize, by the way.
Do we end it now?
What if you're not a Chelsea fan?
No, you can.
I'm about to hit the end button. Like,
Oh,
I'm
okay.
done.
It doesn't matter. You can be any fan.
let him speak.
You can
Let him
get it from any-
speak.
Oh,
Wait.
sorry. I actually thought we were done.
You
Sorry.
can get it from any.
He was
any club store.
speaking.
I
Be
thought
any
we
club
were
store.
done.
It's not. Doesn't
Prime,
matter what
man.
type of fan you are. That's all.
Yeah. We don't.
If you're Man United fan, you want a Man United talk, we'll get you a Man
Oh, yeah.
United.
We all hate
No,
you.
no money to the Glazers. None of that.
Okay. If you're,
You have to go to a
No,
replica
Andrew,
store.
don't care what they think. It's
No,
your
No,
money.
if you're a Man United fan, you get the Bob Marley shirt that Ajax have
Yes.
released. That's what you get.
No.
I'm getting that shirt.
Let me
I love
say
it.
this. Let me say this.
I'm
If you're
mine's
Man
coming on Monday.
If you're a Man United,
Wait,
if you're a
Rachel, shush.
If you're a Man
No,
United
you-
fan, if you're a Man United fan, I'll be giving money to Glazers, so it's fine. It's through me, so don't worry about it. I'll give them.
No,
if you're a Man
United
to be
fan,
fair,
get Man United
it doesn't. Guys. If you're a
give the money
United
to the
fan,
Cronkies instead.
if you're a United fan, or if you're a United fan, or if you're an Arsenal fan, you can get a shirt if it's a PSG shirt, if it's an Ajax shirt,
It's an
if it's
Inter
a
Milan.
Barca,
Inter Milan.
you know, Lazio.
Doncaster Rovers just to help Aaron.
Have you seen?
Guys, we've been
Wait,
the
what?
first XI.
Fuck's sake.
We'll be back soon.
No, don't put it up, man.
Don't put it up. Don't put it up.